Boeing. Imagine, folks, you're on a flight, and this happens to you. Rob, if you want to pull up this video, you're on a flight, minding your own business. Maybe you're watching a movie. Maybe you're chilling. Maybe you're doing what you're doing. You're reading a book. And then all of a sudden, go ahead and play this clip. Boom. This is what happens.
Oh,
you're on a flight, guys.
Look how calm everybody is.
It's gone. That's a full-on flight.
Oh.
An Alaska Airlines flight. And that door is gone.
It ripped, and nobody.
Okay.
Go ahead, Coach.
Let me read.
I got to hear this.
Let me read this. Let me read the story, and then I'm sure we'll get into it. So, Boeing 737 airliner grounded by FAA after window blown out in mid-air horror. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has ordered a temporary grounding of the 171 Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft after a window has ripped from a plane mid-flight, with some planes requiring immediate inspections before they can return to flights. An Alaska Airlines flight experienced a horrifying incident as a portion of the plane's fuselage blew out mid-air, leading to an emergency landing. Stunned passengers described seeing a large section of the plane blown out, with photos showing a gaping hole in the aircraft's side. Boeing 737 MAX planes, once grounded due to safety concerns in 2019, are now facing renewed scrutiny. The recent incident and grounding comes after the planes were allowed to resume commercial service in 2020 following software upgrades and fixes to address previous safety. By the way, just so you know, when you look at the story, they lost $13 billion yesterday. Rumors came out from whistleblowers that Boeing no longer does the same quality control that they used to, and they went hiring lobbyists to say we don't need to be held to the same standards of quality control as other companies are. Whistleblowers came out talking about the fact that they no longer check the whistleblower. They no longer check the stuff on Boeing planes that they did before. The other day, a man is minding his own business. He notices a big-ass bolt from a plane falls into his house. Did you see this clip, this video? They talked about
could have killed somebody.
Bro, that's like a bullet coming down, right? So I think FAA is investigating at what, because they're producing so many planes, and it's just like, look, get it out, quickly. And when you're forced to hit the planes fast and you're not QCing, 1, 2 bowls not being there. That's, by the way, look at that.
That came through his
I don't know
roof.
if that's the one or not. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But a bolt purely, boom, came and fell on a plane. But go ahead,
look,
Adam.
Yeah, everyone's trying to figure out what, since you wrote the book, what their enemies are. I'm still trying to figure out mine. The top of my list is just sloppiness and cutting corners and trying to think you can get rich quick and all that nonsense that doesn't actually mean putting in the work. Okay? This is just sloppy. Okay. This is scary. And I'm going to take a different angle with this. You know what I blame this on? This is weird. DEI. Because everyone talked about, all right, look, United Airlines, they're at the forefront of this story right here. We're going to hire 50% of all pilots are going to be men. 50% of pilots are going to be all women. Not so fast, guys. Turns out that 90% of pilots are men. Are you just going to start casually giving women jobs in the cockpit? There's other things they could be doing with the cockpit, but that ain't the job.
That's not the job.
That ain't the job, Vinny. But this, to me, is a trickle-down effect of DEI. They hire this person. We talked about in the S&P 100 that America's 60% white, yet they only hired 6% of white people for the top positions. This ain't a race thing. This is a meritocracy thing. Get the best people for the job. Get the best people to fly the plane. Get the best people to build the plane. Get the best people to work the plane. Enough with the DEI nonsense. We've seen how basically the sham that is. And this, to me, is just a small story about not doing the best and just kind of doing some patchwork BS.
And can you imagine? So apparently, my brother's wife, Bianca, was like, Vinny, the flight was completely full. That seat was the only seat that nobody was sitting in.
Super scary.
And what if, God forbid, because, bro, when it's up there, reach maximum altitude, I don't got my seatbelt on. The moment we reach, like 2,000 feet, my seatbelt's off. Could you imagine, God forbid, you get sucked out or your kid's on your lap and you're like, just because some guy's like, nah,
You saw the kid that was sitting there, his shirt got sucked off.
And
thank God he had his seatbelt on.
But wait, and shout out to everybody on that flight. Did you see how calm they were? I would have been screaming like a child if the door, I would have been like, the whole flight, I would have been losing my shit.
They'd escaped. Great point, Vin. An absolute disaster. Could you imagine if just one person fell out of the plane?
Oh my God.
One. You should be counting your lucky blessings. It was a kid's shirt.
Oh.
Imagine on a flight, because I think it was from like Oregon to California or Vancouver to
I think you're talking
somewhere
about
in the Pacific Northwest.
There's a Hawaiian Airlines flight where it had a structural failure like that, and the flight attendant was standing in the aisle, and she went right out.
That's a separate story from this?
Separate
week as well?
No,
When was
I'm
it?
saying there was a midair. This goes back years and years and years ago.
No, I'm talking about this story.
Bro,
Tom.
imagine falling out and landing on your house.
Tom.
It's wild, man. They escaped a unmitigated disaster.
Oh my God.
Yeah, never found her.
Yeah. Good time. What were you going to say?
No, it's an unmitigated. This is just shame on Boeing. I mean, the reason they were grounded in 2019 because the Boeing 737 MAX had AI and highly automated air flight control systems, also known as autopilot. Well, the sensors that they built into the plane and the software they built actually started fighting with each other. And in Africa, the plane is saying, I think I'm in the wrong position, adjust. And then the plane senses it. No, go the other way. No, go the other way. And it created literally an argument. Between the actual physical sensors and the software. And it started porpoising, and it fell out of the sky. One was in Africa, I believe, but that's the two 737 MAXs that they had all the sophisticated software. And there were whistleblowers at that time that said, here it comes, we didn't test properly. Yeah, Ethiopian Airlines, brand new 737 MAX, 157 people. The thing starts porpoising. And the whistleblower said, we did not test this fully.
Right.
This software is not tested, number one. Number two, we didn't do the full pilot training on this because you can turn it off and you can do workarounds if the plane's in trouble or heavy weather. And the Ethiopian pilots didn't know. They didn't know the workaround. These aren't dumb. These are highly skilled, fully educated, licensed pilots. And Boeing, so they said, didn't have training systems, didn't have workaround systems, and they rushed the thing out to market. And then 2 weeks later, either this was the first one or second one, but there was two of them. Two of them crashed for the same reason within 2 weeks until globally everyone said, okay, stop. All 737 MAXs stay where you are. Nothing's taken off anymore.
And you know what they... Oh, sorry, Tom.
And guess what? It was the same thing. Quality control, lobbying the FAA, cutting the corners, and then whistleblowers coming out. We knew it. We were just rushing to market. We knew it. It's the same thing they're saying.
How about the fact that nobody's talking about? There was a flight in 2014, I believe, in Malaysia, Flight 370, missing.
Disappeared.
Just disappears. Nothing to see here.
No block box.
Where'd it go?
Yeah,
Nobody knows. Any answers? We haven't solved it. Who made that plane? Can we pull that up, Rob?
We found one piece.
Aircraft type? Oh, that was a Boeing.
Yeah, they
Dude,
found...
what the hell's going on at Boeing?
Yeah, they're not...
Now, if you tell me that Boeing built a plane that accidentally fell out of the sky from the Wagner Group, Prigozhin,
yeah.
I'm never flying a Boeing jet again. Well, we all know that was Putin, so we won't go there.
Yeah, whatever.
But, guys... This is scary stuff, man, because the number one thing, because I know how much you love heights, Pat. It's your favorite thing ever. You love being up there. It's your thing. This is scary stuff because you have zero control. Like, Jesus take the wheel, literally.
I hate it.
And you have no control of what's going on up there. And we're relying on you, Boeing, on you, the airlines, to have your shit together. But we're starting to see cracks in the armor of what you're doing out there. And it's scary as hell.
Or in the... fuselage.
Yes.
Cracks in the fuselage. Yeah, well, look.
I never want to hear that word fuselage because anytime you hear the word fuselage, there's some shit happening.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.